the things to have had an influence on the life of New Zealand boxer Joseph Parker, few have played a bigger role than the Papatoetoe Boxing Club as Parker prepares for the biggest fight of his career next week in Cardiff. And for once in boxing, that's no overstatement. Our sports reporter Clay Wilson and camera operator Claire Eastham-Farrelly went to the South Auckland gym where the world heavyweight champ in one title and one belt learned his trade.
There's a certain symmetry to the fact the biggest opportunity of Mose Aumatangi Jr.'s career will come when he fights on the undercard of Joseph Parker's title unification bout against British superstar Anthony Joshua in Cardiff on Easter Sunday. Now 22 and the New Zealand champion in the middleweight division, Aumatangi Jr. was just 14 when he walked in the door at the Papatoetoe Boxing Club. By then, Parker was a Youth Olympic Games silver medalist, and all the attention he was getting served as motivation for a younger boy from the same neck of the woods.
When I started training here, Joseph was coming up, and he was the one getting interviews, and I was the one I was one of these skippers, skipping, watching, and that motivated me more to train hard and to keep going at it. And I'm getting interviews now, and one of these guys that's skipping behind me, they're gonna get it too.
A founder of and the driving force at the club, Grant Arkell was Parker's amateur coach for almost a decade, and he says Aumatangi Jr. is far from the only one who has been inspired by Parker and others who have pounded the pads at his gym.
A lot of little kids, they want to be Joseph Parker, just like when David was fighting, everybody wanted to be David Tua.
Not that Arkell always expected that Parker would have that effect on others. In fact, he remembers well the day a 10-year-old Parker appeared at the gym and the first few years of what has since become a hugely successful career.
Little short, overweight boy, I won't call him fat, he's too big now. Wasn't really interested, had more fun running around and talking to the others. And his brother John, he was the one who was really keen on doing fitness and punching the bag. Joseph was more interested in fishing. Quite often went sick.
Arkell goes on, explaining how Parker failed to even turn up for several fights in those early years and describing him as a mediocre boxer. But that didn't mean the distractible teenager's coach hadn't noticed the speed, quickly increasing size, and above all, intelligence. After urging him not to let his natural talents go to waste, Arkell says Parker finally began to start realising some of his potential.
He was fighting well out of his class as an amateur. He was fighting mean when he was 16, 15, 16. Because I couldn't get anybody else to fight him. Fought a boy that was 20 kilos heavier than him once and destroyed him in 2 rounds.
While his fighter was on an upward curve, Arkell believes the true turning point did not come until an 18-year-old Parker collected that silver at the 2010 Youth Olympics. Despite his improved dedication, Parker ultimately came up short in his quest to attend the 2012 Olympics in London and soon announced he was going professional. Although he strongly disagreed with that decision, Arkell is happy to admit he has been proven wrong and says the two remain on great terms, with Parker often dropping by the gym when he is back in New Zealand.
Comes in here, sometimes trains with the boys, or signs posters and things like that. Tells them to train and listen to me, which he didn't do.
These days though, the Papatoetoe Boxing Club has a new rising star, and Arkell is adamant Aumatangi Jr. can be as good as Parker if he gets a similar level of support. Victory against his unbeaten opponent in Cardiff would be the perfect way to show he deserves that, something Aumatangi Jr. is acutely aware of.
I mean, this is probably the biggest opportunity that any New Zealand fighter has ever gotten, besides Joseph. And and I'm just blessed to get this opportunity. Both me and my coach are blessed, because this is make or break it. This can open many doors for us if things go right for us, and if we do well, I mean, the world's our oyster,
With proof of Parker's success set to be everywhere Aumatangi Jr. looks, you can be sure inspiration won't be an issue. Mō te hōtaka o te ahipo nei, ko Clay Wilson aho.